there when they filmed it.
Oh, there he is.
Hey guys,
Hello, Mr. Duffy. How's it going?
good. I don't have a lot of time, but I wanted to jump in here because you said a South Celestial pole would show the globe.
Evidence,
No, I
please.
never said that.
Evidence,
Yeah, you
please.
did.
Evidence,
No,
please.
Show it.
Let's see where he said that.
Right.
Let's see it.
How do I give you the link?
Show it.
Send it to it or just share screen.
You can share screen.
And that assumes that the evidence that's presented is legitimate, bona fide, and truthful, right? That statement. And that's really the question here, Duffy. It's not about whether the sun does that. It's whether or not you guys have faked it and how did you do it.
I'm gonna quickly call out something. The 9th commandment.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, if
Do you
I
have a
share my
comprehension issue with
screen,
the Bible?
if I share my screen, will you hear the audio?
Yes, we should. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, 1 second. You guys should know me by now. I always bring receipts.
Yeah. Fake receipts.
Yeah,
Hey, speaking of receipts, do you have anything showing stuff that you were doing or anything else like that for those extra time that you spent in coitus awareness because you leave a day early? Did you get compensated for the day you lost out on? And how do you justify those other people coming in and getting a whole free day out of it?
Okay, you guys ready?
Let's go.
We're ready.
Here we go.
But wouldn't that show a globe then if they had to show both celestial poles by standing underneath it on the GP? And no one shows that. Your globe's false because you're not able to show 2 actual celestial poles from the GPs on the ground. Well, Duffy, if you guys do go, that should be in the homework you guys should do.
Yeah.
Try and get the South Celestial Pole above you.
Pretty clear.
Okay, and that's not what you said. I said.
That's not what you said.
That's lying.
That's not exactly.
Okay.
You
Hey,
said
guys,
that you said
one
that
person
he would accept. that
needs
the
to
earth
talk
was
at a time.
spherical. He did not do that.
Who's making all that
What
noise?
is that?
The fuck was that?
Trying to copy.
Okay, Flatsoid, you said that both celestial poles in north and south would show the globe.
No, he didn't. Play it again.
No, I didn't. Play it back. Maybe you want to hear what you did. You just told me that I would be a glober.
No, I didn't. I said
You
said
told
it
us that he
showed the
admitted
globe.
that if it showed it, then he would accept the globe, and that's not what you showed.
Never said that.
Okay, listen carefully, everyone. Here we go.
Globe then.
Hold
if
on.
They had to show.
Me to try and capture it on camera during our trip to Antarctica.
But wouldn't that show a globe then if they had to show both celestial poles by standing underneath it on the GP?
Yeah,
There
that's
you
a
go.
question. That's a question.
Okay, that's
right?
a
Your
question. I'm
claim-
not saying
Hold on. What
Your
are
claim-
you saying in that clip would show the globe?
Celestial.
it fits what you claim. That's what I'm saying.
Can I just point something out? Duffy, when you were speaking to Bro Sanchez, and he quoted you saying something, and you said, well, that's not exactly how it was meant to be worded, yes? So, you're going to have to give lots a bit of slack on that as well.
No.
Well,
The claim
this is not even misrepresentation. This is literally just lying about what I said.
Yeah,
Okay,
Duffy,
tell me
said-
right now, so I don't have an excuse. Tell me right now with your own mouth what you said in that clip. What were you saying?
No, hang on. The claim was, Duffy, that Flatsoid said that if the 24-hour sun was real, then he would accept that the Earth was a globe. That was what you said. And
No,
I said,
I never said that.
please. And what you presented did not say what you said it said.
Whoever's talking is not a good listener, so I think you should stop talking. I never said
That
the
is what you
24-hour
said.
sun.
We even
No, I
got
didn't.
on
I
screen.
Yeah, you
said,
did.
go
Comment.
read
Don't
my
tell me
comments.
I didn't listen. I listened
You
exactly
didn't
what you said.
listen. I said
did
the
listen.
South Celestial Pole. Go read my comment. I said the South Celestial Pole.
Right, I'm gonna go and get the soundbite, and we're gonna play the soundbite.
There we
of what
go.
you said,
There you
and
go.
we're gonna compare
Thank
it.
you.
Couldn't
Thank you. I didn't
Flatwood
say
be
the
a glober by
24-hour
now?
sun.
He said a South Celestial Pole would prove the globe.
That's right.
No,
What he said?
You did.
no,
Where?
not prove the globe.
I don't
never
think so.
said
We are hearing the same thing.
Not here. You're here.
I never said it will prove the globe.
Okay, so
Listen again.
Okay, here we go. Listen carefully. Tell me what you're saying here.
Capture it on camera during our trip to Antarctica.
But wouldn't that show a globe then if they had to show both celestial poles by standing underneath it on the GP?
So
What
show a globe then, not prove it.
Oh, okay, fine. I'll change the word from prove to show. Didn't we show a globe by showing
No,
the
you
South
didn't,
Celestial
because
Pole?
you haven't proved that you didn't fake the sun.
You
No,
didn't
no,
show
no.
a
We're not
celestial
talking about the
pole
sun.
either.
We're talking about the South Celestial
What
Pole.
celestial
Did you
pole
show
did
the
you
South?
show?
Wait, did you show the South Celestial Pole?
Yes.
Where?
Where?
You didn't.
Where?
Okay,
Show it.
Listen. It's on this video. MC Toon captured it. Dave McKeegan
Oh,
captured
well,
it,
there
and
you
I
go.
captured it. We all captured it on our cameras.
Did you
So-
do that on the
Show us.
18th? What did you do all day on the 18th? All that time extra that you spent Puentes Arenas. How come there's no accountability for that?
Hey, David, you're next because you said that something would prove the globe, and we got that too. So you're
Yeah,
the next,
and I
Wait,
you're the
said,
next
wait,
one.
we haven't got past this yet.
hey,
Wait,
you little deceitful fucking demon. Let me tell you something else
no.
too. Hey, no,
We
you
haven't-
listen to me, young man. Let me tell you something. Later, I actually said no. As I've been thinking about this, it's not going to throw away all the rest of the mountains of evidence. So, no, it's
Changed
not
his
going to
mind,
prove
yeah.
that. So don't
Okay,
think
so-
you got some kind. Listen, you little
One
worthless
little tiny
timeshare
soundbite.
salesman.
You're
Okay?
so.
I got you pegged. I know what you are. I can see you for
Hey,
what you are. Okay.
I wanna
But
know
Duffy,
what
Don't
you're
even-
the
shut
same
up a
person
minute.
that
I'm
takes
talking.
one little piece
Stop.
of scripture and think that's the
Stop.
doctrine truth and don't even go before it and after it and take the whole thing in context.
Okay.
That's your problem.
All right, stop. Here's the thing, you little deceitful demon. I can see you exactly for what you are. Don't think you got some kind of a gotcha when you don't. What's
I
with
did.
your what did you do all day of the 18th that there's no accountability for of anybody in Puentes Arenas? Nothing at all. Was that studio day?
Okay, so listen. Flatzoid said the South Celestial Pole would show the
You don't want
globe.
to talk about it, do you?
You said that if
Now
the
he's ignoring
sun
yourself.
rises to
Literally
the
ignoring you.
southeast, we definitely live on a globe. That's your exact word.
No.
Yes, that's
Where
David's
did
he say
word.
definitely?
He said he looked at it
You're
further and he
deceitful.
thought this will not prove it. You're being
Okay.
deceitful as we're sitting
No,
right now.
Listen, I'm not
And you
being
just
deceitful.
literally lied about what I said. You bore false witness about me.
It's okay
And
to lie.
I would
It's
like
okay
an
to lie,
apology.
Vlad. It's okay to lie.
Okay, okay, Flatzoid, how did I bear false witness against you?
You told me I said it will prove a globe. I said no, it wouldn't.
Okay,
You didn't
sorry.
show a celestial pole that you said you showed.
Yes,
I
we
haven't
did.
It's
seen
in the
it.
video.
No,
he
you
says.
didn't. You didn't even prove that you actually showed the sun as you claimed.
Okay, so what would you accept? Because we've already done it. What would you accept
We're not
that,
accepting
Show us.
anything, dude.
that we
Show us.
captured the South Celestial Pole?
Hey, by the way, they're still using the azimuthal equidistant map. You didn't change a thing, bro.
Hold on. This is important, Flatzoid. You challenged me to capture the South Celestial Pole. We did
Were
it.
you? Wait.
Three of us captured
Were
it.
you? Were you directly underneath it?
No, that would be impossible.
That's what I said.
How is it impossible?
Maybe you should
Flatzoid.
listen again what it said. I
So
said you should
Flatzoid.
be directly underneath it. Did I not say that, guys?
Yeah.
Hey, Flatzoid, that shows your ignorance. Because
No,
if
no, no,
there's-
no. This shows
there's
your
a-
dishonesty
No,
because
it
you're
doesn't.
making shit up. No, no.
Flatzoid.
I'm telling you now. There is no such thing as a South Celestial Pole. There is a point that they call based on Sigma Octantis, which they claim is a celestial pole. There is no celestial pole, actually. That is the
Okay.
thing. Now, I'd asked you, did you go and be directly under the South Pole like I said you should do? The answer is no. So
Okay,
you
so
didn't do
Flatzoid.
what I asked to do. So therefore,
Flatzoid.
you are once again being deceptive.
No,
Well done.
Flatzoid. This shows your ignorance of the globe.
Not my ignorance.
You
You're a
should
liar.
know. You should
You're a
know.
liar. Will you play
that-
again what I said, please?
You
Make
should
sure
know.
Flatwood. Look on Skype. I've sent you the clip of him, what he actually said when he claiming, and we can see was he being truthful.
Flatzoid.
He wasn't being
You should know that if there's a 24-hour sun at the South Pole,
There isn't.
You can't.
There isn't.
There isn't.
Well, yeah, we
And
kept
Duffy,
we
why
kept
did you
that
promote?
too.
Why did you promote my?
You haven't shown one.
Go
You
fund
haven't
me.
shown one.
Hey guys,
You never answered me
uh,
back, dude.
just
You
so
never
you
did.
guys know, this is actually helping end flat Earth. Is flat Earth.
You know,
Wait,
look,
wait,
can
wait.
I just
thought
thank
so.
you?
Oh,
You
Delusional. That's a delusional statement.
Wait.
Delusional.
Can I just say
That's
something?
That's
Can I
what you
just
just
say-
thought of it.
Oh,
That-
I
As
should
far
have
as
placed.
you claiming anybody having ignorance on the globe, you're ignorant on the globe because anytime you've been asked anything about it, you go, I don't know, and you do your little smiling Bob routine.
I just want to
What
play
did you
something.
do on the 18th, Duffy?
I just want to play
Actually-
something where Duffy just showed lying again, guys. Well done.
Good. I don't have a lot of time, but I wanted to jump in here because you said a south celestial pole would show the globe.
No one never said that. Never
A
said or
south
showed the globe.
celestial pole would prove globe. Now, the video that you presented did not say that, Duffy. That's a lie. Play the video that you relied on to prove that point again, please.
Sorry, what are you asking me?
To play the video again, because you came in and said that Flatzoid said that if there was a south celestial pole, it would prove globe. And then you played a video and it did not prove that Flatzoid said that. You're a liar. Play the video again.
No. Listen, this is important.
Yes.
Okay, so hold on. I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong. Okay, so Flatzoid, did you actually say that if someone could capture the south celestial pole from the GP, that would show the globe?
Can I just point out?
No. This is misrepresentation. What I
did
was
you
saying
say?
is,
Why is this so hard?
what I was saying is, because a globe makes a claim about two celestial poles, to make it show evidence, you would need to go to the south celestial pole and stand underneath it. There is no such thing as a south celestial pole. That's why they have arbitrarily gave it to Sigma Octantis, because that's the more or less central point where the stars seem to go around. That doesn't make it prove a globe. That doesn't make it seem anything other than, did you do what I asked you to do? The answer is no, because you did not go directly under the pole, as I stated.
And can I just
Instead, you're lying about me and misrepresenting what I said. That's called
Flatzoid.
deception. That's called bearing false witness.
Where did you take that?
If someone stands under the south celestial pole,
which doesn't exist.
Just 1 minute. Where did you
Hold
take
on,
that?
That's your claim. So let's test your claim.
Just 1 minute. 1 minute.
If someone
1 minute.
thinks you're wrong and they stand under the GP of the south celestial pole and they film it, does that refute you?
It then shows there's a celestial pole. That's all that it will show.
Okay, it shows a south celestial pole, right?
Doesn't prove globe, though.
Doesn't prove a globe.
Okay, so hold on. The exact phrase that Flatzoid used in the clip, which I can replay, is he said that would show the globe.
That was question mark.
Again, the
How you
context
cannot
was
understand
the
the words,
globe
man?
made a claim. That would be evidence, not it proves a globe. Do you know how
Okay, great.
evidence works?
Yes. Okay, great. So it would be evidence of a globe, and it would be evidence against
Or a
flat
globe.
Earth.
Well, let me ask you a question. Did you see my latest observation where the sun was 4 degrees
Not
off?
flat.
No, I didn't.
I did an observation this December, the 25th, where I showed the sun at 122 degrees southeast and not 118 as the globe predicts. That's an observation. What does that tell about your globe's predictions?
I don't know. I'd have to look at it. I don't know what you did, but I can tell you right now.
But is that evidence? Is that evidence for a flat Earth, or is that evidence that the globe's false?
I don't know. I know nothing about it. I can tell you right now that something being an angle being slightly off would not refute the globe, but something as massive as a south celestial pole that rotates in the opposite direction as the north celestial pole is impossible on a flat Earth, which is why you don't want to talk about it.
What is the south celestial
Not
pole?
you keep saying things are impossible on a flat Earth when you don't actually know.
Yes, I do.
That's your problem. No, you don't.
Yes,
you
I
think
do.
you know.
No. Listen.
Yeah, but you still believe gravity's a force, though, Duffy, don't you?
The reason Flatzoid is saying there's no south celestial pole is because he knows it's not possible on a flat Earth. If it was possible on a flat
I
Earth,
never said that.
any of you would.
That's a lie.
That again is a lie. I never said that.
Okay, great. Is a south celestial pole possible on a flat Earth? Yes or no?
Yes, of course it is.
Okay, who said that? So we have contradicting answers here. Who said yes?
I said, ask the question again.
How?
Ask the question again. I might have misheard what you said.
Is a south celestial pole possible on a flat Earth?
A rotation point in the sky is possible, but we wouldn't call it a south celestial pole. We would call it a rotation point.
Okay, hold on a second. So a south celestial pole would be visible by everyone far enough south at the exact same time. That does
No,
not
it
work
wouldn't.
on
That's
a
not
flat
true.
Earth.
That's not true.
No, sorry, you're wrong.
What's not true?
You can't get 3 observers, one in South America, one in Africa, and one in Australia, looking south at the same time. One of them is always during the day.
Okay, so that's false. And if whoever you, what's your name?
Doesn't matter. Name's irrelevant. Deal with the point.
Okay, listen.
Duffy,
th-
wait.
No,
He's
I
right,
need a
because
receipt.
time zones are a thing.
No, I need a receipt. If
You don't
Time
need a
zones,
receipt. You
that's
need
a
a
receipt.
if I can show you that, will you admit you're wrong about flat Earth and that the
Well,
globe?
not coming from you because you're not exactly reliable. You're like Austin and Jaron.
Hold on, I want to make sure I'm not wasting my time. I can give
you
you
are.
exactly what you just said is not possible. So would
Well, go
you
on, then,
admit
show it.
flat? Would you
Show
admit
it.
flat Earth is false?
So you're going
No.
to what you're going to show is going to be 3 observers, and it's going to be in the winter. So our winter solstice, their summer, and you're going to show that or whichever way around it is.
Wait.
And then you're going to hang on, and then you're going to demand that you know which direction south that. Then we're going to argue about declination. Did you account for it or not? And I'll say that it doesn't even exist. And then I'll say at the end of it, you can't prove that they're even looking in the same direction because you haven't got
And
a
at the
reference.
same
Okay,
time.
so you're already backing away from your claim.
No,
which
no,
is
no, no,
awesome.
no.
No,
The
I'm
point
not.
is-
We're
You're
not.
wasting your time because you don't understand the argument. I'm
no.
wasting my time
You just
trying to
said
explain to you
you
the
just
problem
changed
you're
your
going to have.
mind.
You know
in
what?
30
Wait, let's do it
seconds.
this way. Let's do it this way, Duffy. Can you prove to us it was taken exactly the same time,
Yes,
pointing exactly south?
yes.
Can you
Liar.
do that? Can you show it, please?
Prove the south bit. How are you going to prove south?
Okay, so if you guys are taking a position that you can't prove south, then that's fine. You guys
No,
are.
no, no, we don't
no,
worry about. Just show it to us so we can
No,
see.
no, no.
You said you can prove they pointed exactly south.
All,
You
listen,
can prove they pointed. They
prove
took it
south,
exactly
Duffy.
the same time.
you
Go
guys.
ahead. There's not time zones.
We need the
You
receipt.
guys,
Like you
wait.
said.
I'm not going to waste my time.
You just said you're going to provide it. Go ahead. Wait.
No. I didn't say I could provide it right now.
You just
I'm
did.
trying. No. This would have to happen in
time
the
to
summer.
render it.
This
You
would have to happen in the
summer.
summer.
You would also have to prove
I'm
south.
looking for receipts
Duffy,
for my
Duffy.
next
Listen, here's your
experiment.
Guys, I gotta go. I'll see you
Whoa,
later.
whoa! You didn't even have an
I'm
experiment to begin
looking
with.
for receipts for my next experiment. So I
You
want
didn't
you
even have an
guys.
experiment to begin
What
with.
That's okay. That's fine. I want you guys to tell me what would falsify flat Earth and what would prove the globe.
Oh, this wouldn't even falsify flat Earth. But listen,
Okay,
here's your
so-
receipt.
I got
Here's
you
your
right
receipt.
here. I got you right here. You were already invited up to Lucky Haskins' cottage. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if you
Duffy,
could
here's
find,
your receipt.
listen to me. If you could find measurable convexity, in fact, if you could find measurable convexity, and you don't even need a long distance, and at least 3 separate locations, because we're doing an experiment, show that there's measurable convexity 360 degrees around a single point from 3 different locations. This could be done on a frozen body of water using
No,
a
it can't.
listen, yes it can.
Water
Yes, it
expands when it freezes. You're wrong.
Yeah, not enough at the same rate of the Earth, though. The curvature of the Earth.
Yeah. So it has, remember, consistent with the radius value given for the Earth. Okay.
Irrelevant.
So no, it's not irrelevant at
Oh
all.
my god, you're an idiot.
Not irrelevant at all.
It is.
And this could
I'm
be
not.
done easily
No.
with a, oh,
You're-
why do you reject it when you don't
you're
even
straw-
know it?
You're straw manning me now.
I'm not straw manning you at all.
It is a straw man.
Oh,
It is.
that's
another
what
one,
would
dude.
that's what would prove a globe Earth would be
Wait, we
measurable convexity consistent with the radius value given for the Earth. That's it.
And we
All
got
right.
another one. We got
You
another one.
can't do it. That's why. You know you
Demonstrate
can't.
gas pressure without containment.
Hold on.
Here's your receipt, Duffy. You
Hold
want a
on.
receipt?
Listen, guys.
Duffy, you want a receipt?
Sav, please define for me measurable convexity.
Okay. Do you know how surveying works?
No.
You don't know how surveying works. Okay. They
Nope.
use a theodolite and a marker pole. And so what you can do is on even a frozen body of water, even the Bolivian salt flats, you can have a marker pole with a guy using it, and you show with that theodolite that there's a measurable dip from a central point consistent with the radius of the Earth. It's that simple. Measurable convexity. You can actually use a laser and do this.
Duffy, I've
Okay,
got
okay.
your receipt for you.
Posted at
It's
8
not.
inches
It's
from
not.
outside.
It's
Okay,
cost
listen.
a lot less now. Even another thing, the hold the line experiment would be a good one too. Look into that. You've got all these wealthy benefactors, and this would only be a fraction of what your entire trip and everything else cost.
Okay,
Duffy, I've
so
got your receipt.
for the record, you guys, I just want you guys to know that you have not explained how a south celestial pole could
I'm
exist
trying
on a
to.
flat
I'm
Earth.
trying to.
I'm listening.
trying to.
Go ahead right now. Go.
Right, here's your receipt. So get your record button and get ready to press record. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So obviously you're in the southern hemisphere. You've got 3 guys, and you're all looking due south. Right. It's gonna. The only time that can happen is in the winter solstice northern hemisphere, it's summer solstice, right? The problem that you're going to have is, even if you get the observation, you ain't going to be able to prove north because you haven't got one reference point that is objective for all three observers. They can't validate that the other two observers are looking in the same direction without assuming globe.
Okay, so you didn't show how a south celestial pole is possible on a flat Earth.
I don't need to. The claim is that a southern celestial rotation point proves globe. So the receipt that you're looking for is you ain't going to be able to prove south. You're going to assume it because globe.
I want to ask again. You do know there's a difference between evidence for something and proof for something.
Exactly.
So when we take evidence for, let's say, evidence you would claim for your globe or evidence for the flat Earth, you can't just throw all the other evidence away just because you want to claim one thing. Let's say your one thing of evidence doesn't trump the 10 things that your globe is debunked by.
Let me explain.
Wait now. In a matter of evidence and proof, you can agree that the words have meaning, yes?
Yes, we can agree. The globe has been proven.
So, in a matter of real meaning of the words,
which is why we had to do the final experiment. You guys reject the proof.
So,
Duffy, let me explain to you the
evidence only point to the proof.
No, sir.
You can accept this evidence as a proof, but there is no 100% proof which will convince everyone. You can accept or not accept because words have meaning. And I have a question to you. Before you have said that you have destroyed flat Earth, but even today on this stream you have said, and I quote, something similar to, it's helping to destroy flat Earth. So did you destroy flat Earth, or you are going to? That's your own words.
Destruction is a process. It doesn't happen instantaneously.
You said past tense, destroy.
Okay, wait. I want to ask a question.
No,
What does the Bible talk about? What does the Bible? Wait. What does the Bible talk about destruction, Duffy? Is it a good thing or a bad thing?
It depends.
It's never a good thing.
That's not true.
Is destruction a godly attitude?
It can be, yes.
Really?
Duffy, let me explain to you the problem with North, just so you understand.
I don't have a problem with North.
You will have, but you don't realize it yet because you're ignorant. But this is what will happen when you try and do it. We've tried to do it before and it doesn't work, but you're going to try it and you're going to claim victory.
Can you define North before you talk? Can you define North for me, please?
This is the point. This is the point, because you've got no objective way of working out what is. So you're going to redefine North to make it work.
No, I can define North.
No, you can't. Well, you can, but when you so define it now and then stick to it when it comes to the test, and it won't be true. So you'll have to change the definition.
No, I won't.
Define North.
North is the
have you recorded now? You will not.
North is the direction of the North Pole.
Right, you're not going to know that though, because you haven't got a way to establish that.
So I can. People travel north every day. Planes travel north and get to where they're going. It's only flat earthers that don't know how to understand north.
So north is the direction of the North Pole, which when you're in the southern area, it'll be pretty much perpendicular to below your feet, going down in a vertical direction, right?
North is north. It's easy.
So it's going through the floor. It's going down like a pendulum, right?
No.
That's the direction of the North Pole on a globe.
No.
Yeah. What you're saying is tangential. You're going to go to the horizon, which would be 90 degrees to north.
Can I just say, Duffy, can you stop saying flat earthers don't know that? You don't know what flat earthers know. You don't know what I know. You don't know what Southern knows.
No, you do not.
You need to stop.
You guys,
So what I'd like to understand,
Duffy, you don't know Bible, mate.
I'd like to understand this. I'd like to understand this one thing. Why are you so rejecting, Will? Why are you so rejective of just proving measurable convexity consistent with the radius of the Earth?
I can't.
Why would you reject such a thing? Wouldn't that absolutely prove it? You go 3 different places. You get consistent measurements that prove convexity consistent with the radius of the Earth, and whammo bammo, or even the hold the line, which both merely a fraction of what you've been through with this other nonsense looking at the sky.
You guys need to learn something from me, which is that if you want to have success, create an experiment and get the other side to agree that you're not straw manning them, and then do it.
Well, how is that in any way, shape, or form?
So deceive them, yeah.
I'm going to say,
trick them into saying what you want.
wait. Remember when we had our debate? you still haven't answered me why you don't understand it's a false dichotomy. I haven't got any response yet about the false dichotomy yet. And you just literally claimed no straw manning. Literally, that's what you've been doing. That's what your TF is about, straw manning.
Yeah, so here's the deal.
Duffy,
Here's the deal. You're never going to get everyone to agree with you, but I got a vast majority of the biggest flat earthers on record saying that a flat earth cannot have a 24-hour sun in Antarctica, that a 24-hour sun would prove the globe. And so I made the experiment for all of them. What you guys need to do is learn from me. And if you think there's an experiment that will refute the globe and prove flat earth, create it. Get globers, get a vast majority of the biggest globers to agree with you and do it with you. That will work.
Let's do it another way.
Nothing else will work.
Let me clear something up.
I want to say something.
Wait. Let me clear something up for you. I'm going to ask you just a few questions and just answer them truthfully. Do you ever measure curve?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever been able to demonstrate gas pressure without containment?
Yes.
No, you haven't. You're lying.
Have you been able to observe Earth's movement?
Yes.
Liar.
There we go. I've made my point.
All right.
Liar.
Here's my receipt.
Look at this big smile. He's lying.
Here's my receipt. So
He is lying.
you will demonstrate to us gas pressure without containment. You will demonstrate to us measure of curvature, and you will show us an observation of Earth movement. There we go.
That's
There's
right.
your-
So, Will, let me ask you something. If you could show, if measurable convexity could be shown as I described, would that be a check for the globe or a check for flat Earth? Which way would that go?
Globe.
Okay. So why are you so resistant to it?
I'm not. I did it. We just
Where?
haven't released it yet.
Well, you
It's
did
coming.
it where? How did you do it? Can
You'll
you just
see.
give us a brief summary of how
No.
you did it?
More
No.
Why?
figure.
Did it involve looking at the sky or actually measuring convexity?
Yeah.
They need to do some more editing
It
first.
involved measuring the ground only.
Okay. All right.
Duffy,
So-
your own words. You just
You guys
claimed
are
it.
gonna have to
And what
abandon
three
flat Earth.
and what three different places did you do this in order to make it a
I'll never abandon God's word. You hear me? I'll never abandon God's word, and His word says that He created
Why is this guy interrupting
this
me?
realm.
I don't know. I'm waiting. I'm trying to get an answer.
So we only did it in 2 places, and if that's
Okay.
not good enough for you, I can't help you. But Sav, listen, you interviewed me. I don't have time to watch all your guys' shows every day. You interviewed me. You said if the sun rises to the southeast, we definitely live on a globe.
Yeah.
I went and looked at the sun. It rose in the southeast. You should just
Okay.
become a glober.
Okay.
How
so
do we get
the
southeast?
the next night, I did the next video that I did where I said, no, I previously thought this, but as I've been weighing out everything in my mind, I've decided that no, that will not determine that the Earth is a globe, because you would have to throw out all the mountains of proofs that it cannot be. The scientifically impossible physical demands that are required to be met in order to even have your globe. Do you realize that your quote unquote model is not a working model at all, just right from its inception, which is what? Helios. Helios. What is Helios? Helios is the sun. You guys believe that the sun is a big gob of somehow helium and hydrogen collected together against gas behavior for no reason whatsoever, and then collapsed in on itself and became nuclear fusion. Dude, that isn't even fucking possible. Okay? So your shit dies right from inception. Not to mention with the Earth itself and the physical impossibilities, as Flatzoid had mentioned, gas pressure without containment. You cannot have a specific volume of gas without containment because of the nature of gas. It does not work. You have to have physical containment. Without it, you don't have any pressure. The pressure you feel is due to your displacement of the confined
Are we ready?
Yeah, we're gonna start loading the mode here in a minute.
Okay.
Are you doing something?
I'll wrap up right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to take a picture.
Okay. Hey, sorry guys.
Just
I have to
enjoy
go.
your vacation, man.
Okay, Duffy.
We're looking forward to your
Don't forget the
demonstration.
soundbite for North.
Duffy, please check the link, which is in the private chat.
He
He's
left
not,
already. I
he's
think
not
going
going
on
to
a
do that,
cruise
Yanis.
because
He's
he
not
said
gonna do
something
that.
like he's taking a 2-week vacay or something. It sounds like he's going on a cruise or something.
But I was
That's
going
what-
to
do
tell
you
him
know
as well
something?
that
Do you know something? I think he looks very ill. I think
he
he looks sick.
said
I don't
he
think
said
he looks well.
that
But you guys heard that he said
gonna
yes,
prove
he
that.
observed curve. He's observed he can demonstrate gas without containment,
Mhm.
and he's going to be able to observe. Show us
Yeah.
up to that
yes,
further
and we
effect.
have him
So those
recorded.
three things. There's the receipts. You heard him.
Yeah, he's got.
Brightly shine, crafted signs of the divine. I'm made for something true. In God's plan, my path renews. Flat earth made by Him, my journey long yet thin. Purpose found in every day, guided by His gentle sway.